I used to believe this one. Your audition is your performance. Really. And we believe that. I get where this myth comes from. The idea is don't phone it in, right? Bring your full commitment, prepare like it matters. And yeah, I mean, that part is absolutely true. But here's what happens when actors take this too literally, and I know because I did it. You lock in. You decide before you ever hit record or walk into the room exactly what the performance looks like. Every beat, every pause, every emotional peak. And then you execute faithfully, precisely. And you wonder why you didn't book it. The problem isn't commitment. The problem is that an audition is not a performance, it's a conversation. When you're in a performance, on stage, on set, in front of a camera on the day, the parameters are all set. The director has made choices. The other actors have made choices. Blocking, lighting, design. I mean, it's all locked. Your job is to deliver within that container. An audition, well, none of that exists yet. I mean, the director is probably still trying to figure it out. Sometimes they don't know what they want until they see it. What they need from you isn't a finished product, it's a starting point. It's proof that you can find the thing they're looking for, even if neither of you can fully describe it yet. Now that requires flexibility, listening, being willing to get a redirect and actually use it, not just nod and do the exact same thing again with slightly different eyebrows. I've done that, and it's not great. But here's what I've learned from the casting side. From watching how this process actually works, and from conversations with casting directors, and from paying attention to what happens when I book versus when I don't. They're not watching for perfection. They're watching for much bigger things. I mean, can this person take direction? Do they have an interesting point of view on the material? Does something actually happen when they're in the scene, or are they just reciting? And here's the big one. Can they recover? Your ability to recover from a stumble in an audition tells a casting director more about what you'll be like on set than a perfect run-through ever could. I mean, a perfect run-through just tells them that you memorized it. A recovery tells them it's internal and you're present. And present is what books. I mean, go ahead. Think about the last audition where you stumbled on a line and the whole tape fell apart in your head. Now, think about whether it actually fell apart for the person watching it. 9 times out of 10, it didn't. I mean, they barely notice. But because you told yourself that this was the performance, one stumble collapsed the whole thing. In your head, not theirs. And that's the damage this myth does. Now here's where this gets personal for me because I'm a self-tape actor. I mean, that's how I built my career. Spare bedroom, tripod, submit. And the self-tape era should make this myth easier to beat, right? You get multiple takes. You can explore, try it 3 different ways and pick the one that's most alive. That's a gift that most actors who came up auditioning in rooms never had. And the trap to avoid here is doing too many takes, but that's a discussion for a different video. Anyway, instead, what I see a lot of actors do, and what I used to do, is treat the self-tape like one shot at the performance. Nail the take, get it right, submit. And that is the opposite of using the format. Here's what I do now. I do 3 takes. The first one is usually the breakdown, whatever the casting notice asked for. Fine, safe, gets it out of my system. And the second one is my interpretation, what I think this person actually wants. What I would do if nobody told me anything. And the third one, I try something I'm not sure about, something that might not work. And you know which one I usually submit as take 1? Not the safe one. Now, I talked about this in the Strong Choices episode. Record 1 take their way, 1 take your way, compare. The risky take is almost always more compelling because the risky take is the one where I'm actually in the scene instead of performing at the camera. And you all know you can send 2 takes, right? Right? Oh, and one more thing. Because this myth creates a specific problem at callbacks that I want to name. Actors who treat the audition as the performance tend to treat the callback the exact same way. They go back in and do the exact same thing that they did the first time. Nothing more, nothing less. But here's the thing. A callback is partly a request for what they saw. If you were grumpy guy, they want grumpy guy, not something completely different. They like the direction. They want to see if it holds up. And if you sent 2 takes, which you should have, it's completely fair at a callback to ask which take they'd like to see more of. That is a professional question, not a needy one. But here's the key. Once you're in the room or on the Zoom, they're going to give you notes. They're going to redirect. And that is the real test. Can you take what you brought, hold on to the core of it, and adjust? Can you go further without losing what made them call you back in the first place? If you've locked in the performance, if you've decided that that is the thing and nothing else, you've taken away your own ability to respond. And that responsiveness is often exactly what moves you from callback to book. So here's my reframe. Instead of your audition is your performance, try this. Your audition is your best available offer, not a finished product, an offer. You're saying, here's what I see in this material. Here's what I can do with it. Here's what working with me might feel like. Take it or leave it. Redirect me or don't, but this is what I'm bringing to the table today. And that framing, it keeps the commitment high. The stakes stay real, but it builds in the flexibility and the presence that the room actually needs from you. So your audition is your performance, prepare like it matters? Yeah, but perform like you already know exactly how it should go? That's the trap. Stay open, stay present. Let the audition be a conversation, not a presentation. Your job isn't to deliver a finished product. It's to be someone worth having a conversation with. Stop performing the script. Start being in the scene. Hey, you want to go deeper? Well, I wrote more about this at gary-mason.com/blog. The link is in the description. New myths busted every week. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.